Hey guys, how are we doing?
Hi everybody.
Welcome to today's session. Very, very excited for today's session. Got some really cool gadgets to go through with you.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm back with Matthew.
Yeah, dream team.
I was dumped, but he couldn't live without me. So we are back, and what better webinar to do on our first one back in a while than our latest release, your new gadgets.
Absolutely. Version 16.4. Guys, while we wait for people to set up their audio and make sure they can see us, as we always do, how are you feeling? Let us know. There's a chat on the bottom right hand of your screen. There's a little chat. Pop it in there. How are you feeling? On a number of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, you just cannot wait to get off this session, or 10, you're feeling awesome and you're ready for some Vinny love. Let us know. Donna, kick us off. How are you feeling?
I had a Brazilian blow dry at the weekend, Matt. So I'm feeling very smooth. So probably about a 9. I would be at a 10 if it didn't set me back so much money. Absolute like daylight robbery. I'm in the wrong job.
Showing off you on commissions there, showing off your hairstyle there, Donna.
I don't know about that, but no, I'm feeling good, Matt. How about you?
I think I'm a 10. I'm a solid 10. I've just had my Huel for lunch. I'm ready. I'm feeling energized. We're good to go.
So Matt kind of works for Vincere, but mainly works for Huel now. So his job is to sell Huel at every single opportunity. So got one in there, Matt. Well done.
Yeah, got one in there. And guys, if you don't know what Huel is, Google it afterwards. But don't worry, I'm not on comms. Don't worry at all.
I think you probably are, Matthew.
So hopefully you can all hear us okay and see us and you're ready to go. As you can see here, we're going to go through the main new parts of the release. Just to go into the agenda in more detail, as you can see, there's quite a lot here. We're not going to take loads of time, probably 20 minutes, half an hour. Me and Donna are known to ramble on, so we'll try and keep it to half an hour or so. Yeah, try to ramble on a lot. But what you can see here is we're going to go through the new and improved UI, including how you can configure your sidebar menu and just make it more configured, for yourself as a user. Going through our brand new Faceted Search, which is a real win. Mass email functionality is a really big one. Gdpr updates, email template updates, self-billing and invoice consolidation, which is great for anyone paying bill back office on the call today. And then we'll always leave the best gadgets till last, the data integrity dashboard, which is just a winner. Really good. Cool. Donna, are we cracking? Are we ready to get going?
I'm good to go. I can't wait to get to number 7. To be honest, let's do this. But no, as you say, some fantastic gadgets there, and the geek in me probably, even though number 7's the best, most easy on the eye, I think self-billing and invoice consolidation for me is what really gets me out of bed. So yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're wondering why we keep referring to gadgets and we're talking about gadgets, it's because our next slide, little sneak peek on what we're going to go through in today's session. Love this background music.
Well, if you were at an 8 before, you should be at a 10 now.
I was going to say, you should be 10.
Fired up. Go and get yourselves a Vinny Teeny, Martini. We're doing it. Guys, we're in.
Let's crack in and get going. So number 1 on the agenda was the new UI. Hopefully you can see a new UI, but also most importantly, our new sidebar menu. So previously, you always navigate from the sidebar. You go on the left, you can hover over certain actions here, and you can see loads of different bits. As we've been building the product out so much the last few weeks, last few months, last few years, there's so many new features. Where do we put them all? How do we have them all in one menu? What we've now built is a secondary menu, okay? So if you scroll down to the bottom and hit show more, you've now got your dark mode primary menu, and then you've got your secondary light mode menu from here as well. What's really nice about this, guys, is you build this. As a user, you define what you care about, what you want to see primary, what you want to see secondary. And in terms of how you do that, scroll right down to the pencil, edit menu, and this is dead easy. This couldn't be more simple. So you've got your primary menu here, your main menu. You can toggle it on or off if you don't want to see it. And then you can define where it is. Is it at the top? Is it halfway down? Is it on the secondary menu, which is in the show more menu here? Again, toggle on or off, and then you can drag and drop if you need as well. So spend literally a few minutes on this. This will stay sticky forever. and then hopefully you can see what you need straight away at your fingertips. Really nice little enhancement there.
I've had a great time playing with that over the last week. I think I can't decide, Matt. I can't decide on what menu I want. It's too hard.
At least you got two now.
Yeah, I've been moving things around all over the place, but yeah, I love that. As Matt said, we are focused on giving you everything that you need, but we're also focused on not giving you anything that you don't want. So it just gets annoying, you know, as recruiters, we're super busy. What we don't need is things that get in the way. So get them out of the way, get them into that menu that you don't see. So every day you log in and you just see the things that are going to make you successful, essentially.
Absolutely, really nice little win there. In just terms of other UI updates, so hopefully you'll agree it's a lot fresher, it's a lot cleaner. When I'm in pipelines, it's really clear where I am now. I can clearly see green, placed, money. Here's all my candidates. If I go to say sent or shortlist, they're all in there, really easy to get to. And again, there's been UI changes throughout the platform, which you'll notice over the next few days and weeks. Cool, so that's the UI. Ticks off. That was a nice, easy one, Donna. To give us a nice intro in. The next one, which is personally my favorite, is the faceted search in Vincere. Really nice feature that we've added. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go into the advanced search, so top left-hand corner, and then go into candidates. And this now takes me in to the new advanced search, okay? What you've noticed here, hopefully you've noticed, on the left-hand side, you've got these boxes. You've got job titles, skills, industries. These are called facets. So this is our new faceted search. And essentially what this now does, actually, Donna, you explain to the guys, what's faceted search about?
Well, to be honest, I don't think it needs any explanation. So for anyone that has ever done any online shopping whatsoever, you're now going to be in a very familiar territory. So just as if you were to go into ASOS or Amazon, you select what you want to buy, and then you drill down into sizes, into styles, into colors. This is exactly what this is, but we've just applied the same kind of logic to recruitment. So Matt's looking for project managers, and he's got 181 of them sat in his database. If he wants them to have worked in particular industries, he can then start to drill down into that information. So 181 is still quite big if you're going to start getting on the phone to them. So you want to try and narrow that down. If 10 in oil and gas, brilliant. There's a decent sized list, a decent sized call list. You can also go into their skills, into their tags, into their codes. And don't forget, those are the tags and codes which you set up, the functional expertise and the sub-functional expertise. And I quite like this years in the workforce as well, Matt. This is where you can determine how long you want, how much experience you wanted them to have in those type of roles. And as Matt's showing you, it's a simple slider which will have an immediate impact on that number. For those guys that like to do a bit of headhunting, we can also look at specific employers as well. So I could literally be on the phone for my client now. Oh, I see you're looking for a project manager. Oh, okay, ideally from oil and gas. Yeah, we can do that for you. And actually, I quite like them to have worked at X, Y, and Z. Oh, look, I've got one. Dang's going to be the first call. Simples. I think the best thing about this for me, and I was just banging on about this prior to the webinar, was that there's now nowhere for your candidates to hide. So regardless of what that job title says, if somebody's inputted it as something weird or it was something strange on their CV and that's what's been parsed into that job title field, this is where that information is pulling from, those job title fields. So no more do you need to pay job boards to just highlight to you candidates that already live inside your database. They're all there for you.
Yeah, it's a real winner, this one, guys, because it just, as Donna mentioned, it takes away all of the thinking. You come in here, there's your database on the left. That's your live dynamic database. Everything's in there. What's really nice about this, although you've got the job titles and the employers, with your industries and sub-industries and functional and sub-functional, they're actually built underneath. And again, what that means in practice now, if I want to find all the candidates, right, tagged with a functional expertise of system developer, I can left click, and now I can then see underneath dynamically all of the candidates that have also got sub-functional Java, Cloud, Microsoft. So if I want all the candidates with, say, Microsoft, we've now got 7. That's taken me two or three clicks, and I've now gone from thousands of candidates in the database to 7 candidates tagged with what I care about. And you know what? I want them to have also worked at, say, Amazon currently, or they're currently working at Amazon. And there's my 2 candidates. Craig, jump on the phone, reach out to Craig. Next one, jump on the phone, reach out to Michael, whoever the second was. Yeah, Michael. Really, really easy.
Quick, really quick.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. There's not really much more. We've made it so intuitive.
Great feedback on that one, Matt, with your team, right? So, you know, with any changes, something as big as this is quite big, right? So, you know, a lot of the changes that we make, we're updating all the time, and the changes tend to be quite subtle. So your system just gets better and you don't actually notice. But with something like this, it's a major change. So Matt's team probably were expecting quite a few contacts to say, oh, we don't get it, but you know, everyone's loved it, haven't they, Matt?
Yeah, it's just so easy to use. It really is so easy to use. And again, it's in beta, so any feedback, please let us know. We're really, really open to feedback. We're always looking to make this, you know, the best platform that money can buy. So please do let us know any feedback, good or bad. But hopefully no bad, just good. Just while we're on search, guys, so that's the new bit. You've still got the old search. You can still click up top. You can still combine. You can still maybe run a talent pool search and then use the faceted on the left to combine that. It's not kind of either or. You've still got all of this in the normal way, you know, only active contractors or temps that are current job titles. You've still got all of that.
Yeah, we're just improving on what we had as opposed to completely changing it. Absolutely. Speaking of improving on what we had, if you're one of the many people that has asked us at any point in the last few years, how are we going to mail more candidates? How are we going to reach out to more clients? We now have the solution for you, don't we, Matthew?
We do. So this was probably every single training session. I've been here for 4 years. It came up, how do I mass mail candidates? And you every can do
demo,
it in Vincere.
Every demo, yeah.
You can do it. It's up to 100 at a time. And then you just have to keep doing the same 100. That said, not anymore if you get the integration we've just partnered up with SendGrid. So essentially what this allows you to do, guys, is send unlimited mass mails inside Vinny, directly in the platform. No exporting, none of that, not going through Zapier or into MailChimp. You can do it now in the platform. And again, it's probably one of the smallest features, but it's probably the most exciting for our customers because it's just a game changer for mass mail. We're going to get to see it, Matt.
Can we look at it? Oh, amazing.
So just to quickly show you how to set it up, unless you, you know, if you haven't already done it, jump into settings in Vincere and then up to marketplace. Locate the SendGrid tile, left click, and then all you need to do, just copy and paste your SendGrid ID from your, API key from your SendGrid account. And then essentially choose which users you want to activate for. So it can be marketing or team leads or all users, it's up to you. So Donna, you're actually not part of this exclusive feature. I'll give it you.
I did notice. Thanks.
Essentially toggle it on, and then in practice now, as a consultant or as a user or marketing, whoever's got permission enabled, all I have to do is go into contacts or candidates in Vincere and then check the box. So if I want to go and send an email out to the entire database, I can check the box here against Abby, and then you'll see the option appear now. Select all 42 candidates. And now I can send a bulk email via SendGrid, or I can bulk request consent, which again we'll cover in a second. And this is linked to your normal email templates. You've got all HTML templates in here. You build them, you define what you want to put in here, and then you can send them out. Okay. The benefit of this though, guys, is I've got 42 because that's how many candidates I've got in the database. There's no limit. If you've got 500,000 candidates, you can do a mass mail in one click to those 500,000 via SendGrid. Yeah, it's great little tool. And again, it's cost effective. You know, the reason we've partnered with one of the market leaders in this industry, in this area, is it's very, very cost effective for the plans. Something like $15 for like 100,000 emails a month. It's crazy. Yeah. USD as well. Yeah. So 12, 13 pounds. It's really good.
Yeah, and you can do that from anywhere as long as you've got a candidate list, right? So search, talent pool. If you've got a list of candidates, click and that box will come up and you can just email them. I bet that one has gone down very well, Matt.
Yeah, really good one. Every client on this call now that's watching this session probably going to want that. So like, make sure you have a look afterwards and get that set up.
Yeah, and have a look in the help center. Yeah.
Cool. While we're in there was another option, Donna. There was this second one. Bulk request consent via SendGrid.
Yes, takes us seamlessly into our GDPR compliance update.
So guys, again, a little one here, a little tiny one. Obviously GDPR has been around for a while now. We've been listening to customers, seeing what works, trying to make it as easy, streamlined and automated as possible to make sure you're compliant without having to really think about being compliant. That's the key, right, with compliance. So we've actually built in these new options inside your admin settings. So again, to access this, jump into settings go to admin settings, and then it's, what number is it?
12.
Option number, there you go,
12.
Donna, straight away, number 12.
Tell
All
people.
about the compliance. And yeah, Donna, what can the guys do here?
So from here, you can articulate how long you want them to consent to, and whatever you're choosing in here will be automatically carried through to those emails that go out to your candidates. And then you can build these request forms. So again, completely configurable. Where you've got, I don't know if you guys can see, it's quite small here, but where you've got the privacy policy with the little hashtags, that's one of our wildcards. So you can actually insert your own company privacy policy. So they go out automatically on every single one of those request forms. So you can just update that exactly like Matt's showing you there. So from there, you can do a quick preview. If we just hop back in, we're able to do a quick preview of the consent form. So you can see what that looks like. Great. It's nice, isn't it? So when the candidate then clicks yes, they consent, they'll have a little drop down which says duration from today, and whatever you've ticked or whatever you've toggled in there will be brought through into there, whether that be 6 months, a year, 2 years, etc. So you've got a couple of options. You've got consent to keep, so that's about data storage, but you've also got this right to represent, which I think is really exciting because I speak to many customers, and if you're one of them, you're not on your own. Many customers still have a very paper-led process when it comes to right to represent. So we're automating that entire process. So you're saying in one fell swoop, you know, how long can we keep your data for, and how long are you okay with us representing you to our clients? From there, your candidates can literally say yes or no from the email, and that's done. And as Matt said at the beginning, you know, this automation is quite key in something like in compliance, because whereas we understand that some things take a human, you know, and are not for automation, this is such a great candidate for automation. You do not want to employ somebody and have them sat there managing this stuff. It should all just be happening while you guys are going about what you're there to do, which is fill jobs, make money.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's clean, guys. As you can see in this preview now, this works on mobile. It's mobile optimized, which probably most of your candidates will be doing. Web, tablet. It's just it's your branding, your logo. It's just really clean and easy to use. So hopefully it should be a tick in the box for your compliance teams.
You just set that up for the guys once, right, Matt? You just, when you onboard a new customer, this will be your settings. Show the guys how to do it if they did want to make a change later on down the line, and that's a tick in a box. That's taken care of. That's done.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice one there, guys. Forgot to mention at the start, you have got that chat box. So any questions you've got, we've got a few moderators on this call today with us. So if you want to put questions in while we're going, feel free to put them in, and we'll answer them as soon as we can.
Everywhere, Matt. You've just opened it up.
You're gonna
break it.
Questions are good. Let us know your feedback.
You said GDPR and questions in one sentence, so
true,
you know,
I did. Cool. So that's GDPR done. And again, just while we're on there, actually, this is where you build all of your kind of back-end templates, and then back on the front end, you can use SendGrid for that. So if you would want to send out a mass email to your database to see who do you want, you know, do they want consent? Do you not have consent? Feel free to use SendGrid for that as well. And again, it's all built for you in the back end.
Look at that. Yes or no. You know, can't go wrong. It's either one or the other, right?
Yeah, it's easy.
While we were on email templates, Matt, did you have
Look how we've planned this?
To talk about?
I have. So
what a seamless link that was.
Is email templates. So again, nothing's really changing here functionality wise. It's just a bit easier. It's all about the user experience now. So we've now changed a few of the numbers so they make a bit more sense. Before they were like hundreds and hundreds in random areas. So now they're really clean. You can search templates. If you really want to get to the live list template, come in here, search live list, and straight away you're at all the live list templates, which is good. You can come in here and you can filter by entity. Is this a user template, i.e. my colleagues? Is it for candidates? Is it for the accounts team? You can define here, you know, which templates you want to see at which point, which is quite good. You've got wildcards on the right, like you had before. You can search these now. There's a few new ones added in there, and you can search. And again, the UI is just a bit cleaner. Got the preview buttons, just a bit nicer, a bit easier to use for the templates.
I haven't used it yet. I'm very naughty. I'm gonna go and have a play with that after. You know, when you do a webinar and you're thinking, I hope Matt picks this one up because I don't really know what's changed in the email templates. But no, thank you. That's very informative. Thank you for not dropping me in it.
Yeah, you're good. Do you want to explain this one?
Absolutely.
Right, so what have we got next? We've done email templates.
Right, well, less seamless actually, but there's not a seamless way to get into the back office, really, is it? You've got to just switch off and be in a recruiter and pick up your pay and bill hat. But yeah, a couple of really anticipated changes in pay and bill.
Yeah, so the first one, guys, is these new stats that appear. And again, this has gone down really, really well. We've only had it a few days now and it's gone down really, really well. And essentially, as long as you've got a filter in here, as long as you've got a filter for, say, sales invoices, approved and sent, maybe a particular company, so I can come in here and do Mercedes-Benz and then filter, what it then gives you is real-time stats of your invoices. So how many companies, Mercedes-Benz, how many billing contacts, how many invoices with that type, total amount of revenue, overdue, paid, straight away. So it's a bit hidden, it's there, you have to click the stats, top right-hand corner, but this will update dynamically for you. So if I now get rid of Mercedes-Benz and I change this to say draft and then filter, again, it updates everything for you, including the value. So it's really, really quite cool.
That is really, really good because often you would have to have your ledger open, your finance system, your Sage or whatever. So you've got all of this activity going on inside Vinny. You're approving timesheets, raising invoices, sending invoices, etc. If you then wanted to see how much money you were owed, you come out of Vinny into Sage or whatever. Now, we're not trying to be a finance system, but we want to give you a much cleaner transition into your back office system. So this just it just makes that that journey a little bit cleaner, so you can see exactly how much money you've brought in and how much that age debt is sitting at as of today. Really like that. Yeah. We also have brought in self-bill, which not really got anything to show you on that, but it's important for you guys to know that for those guys running limited company contractors who are waiting for self-bill, that is now up and running. So check out the Help Center article for that one. So there'll be lots of smiley faces on that. You don't have to download your purchase invoices and send them out anymore, guys. It's all done. And I like the consolidation as well, Matt, the one-click consolidation.
Yeah, really easy. Again, what we're trying to do, guys, is just make it easy, intuitive. There's a few little notes here and rules. When you're happy, hit confirm, start the job. It's now really easy to do that in Vinny.
Yeah. So for those guys that are running, large temp books, particularly where you've got lots and lots of contractors either working under one purchase order number or working for one particular client. Yes, it's great that we automate the approval of the timesheets, and that even then generates you a sales invoice and a purchase invoice for payroll. But if you have got 200, then you would have to toggle them previously on in order to consolidate. And it's not as onerous as it sounds, but it's still clicks that we don't want you to have to make. So you can now set up those consolidation rules with one of our pay and bill team, and that will auto consolidate. So it'll bring out from, instead of having 20 sales invoices, you'll have one beautiful consolidated sales invoice with all of your temps as different line items, and then one consolidated PDF for your timesheets. Beautiful stuff. I get far too excited over this stuff.
I switched off with the pay and bill.
Give me some fuel. I'm so excited.
Just while we're in here, guys, this isn't new in this release, but it's new a few months ago, and it's useful to point out, is the smart views. So we've now got smart views in the pay and bill module. So again, you can now define, same as you've got on the front end, you can now define the columns you want to see in here, set certain views, sales ledger, PO numbers, job owner. And again, it all updates in real time, which is quite a nice little one there. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you have a play with that one.
So your back office team can just live in that tab. There's one place for them to go, and anything they can't do in there, it's time to log into your finance system. So really, really good.
Absolutely. And then Donna, best till last. Yeah, I feel like we need an intro for this, or some sort of, you say Vin, I say Cherry, Vin, Cherry, Vin, Cherry. It's like a real win, this next one.
It is really good. And I don't know if everyone's seen this, because the thing is, with changes in the core system, you can't help but see them. So I'm not sure how many, you'll have to let us know in the chat, guys, if you're using this. But go on, Matt, take it away.
Right, should we count it down? Donna, let's do a countdown. 3,
2, 1.
Boom.
Dark it.
So guys, this is our brand new data integrity dashboard, which just lost my train of thought. I was too excited about the countdown. Forgot what it was.
Just drop the mic and walk off. Just leave it on screen for 5 minutes.
So this is really important, guys, to make sure the data in your account is of good quality, right? Because Vincere can be as powerful as you want. It can be the most powerful tool in the world, but if the data is rubbish, the tool's going to be useless, right? So this basically shows you of your account, your scores for candidates, contacts, companies, how many duplicate records you've got, things like top missing fields. So based on your database, we just go out of the dark mode and go into light mode, I can scroll down and I can then see top missing fields, okay? Like really poor. Why are we missing all of these fields? Why is the data so poor? You've got things like top offenders. Okay, well, actually, who is the repeat offender here? Who keeps filling things in wrong and affecting the data? You know, things like if job titles are missing, your faceted search isn't going to work that well for job title because it's searching job title. If they're all missing, you're not going to be able to use the power of that. So this dashboard, it's brand new, guys. So it's version 1. So again, any feedback, good or bad, do let us know. But we're trying to give you or give your super users a tool now to just see the quality of data and then make changes. So actually look at the stats here, look at the high levels, and actually then click through to say candidates, and then you can make changes quickly and update in real time.
What I quite like about this as well is that it's driven by you. So, you know, what's important to one agency might not be important to another. So when you're talking about those data integrity scores, you weight those fields based on your own field configuration. So that's what I quite like about that, the fact that you can say how much weight you give to certain fields in your system. I like the where it's got the high score and the average as well. So the high score and the average are based on your region. So we can give you some insight and some intel into what your data integrity looks like compared to the best in your region, because Vinny's got quite a lot of users now, guys. We're well placed to be able to give a decent average across your region, and also the average and the best as well. What the top score. Now I know that as recruiters we're not at all competitive, but if we were, then we'd want to beat that top score, wouldn't we? So by telling your consultants, hey guys, you know, our average score is 58 and our best, you know, in our region, the best score is 70. You don't need to do much else. You know, those guys are going to really tighten up the way that they're inputting data into the fields. And as Matt said, this really feeds in beautifully to your faceted search. So where you do have missing fields, at least in your faceted search, you're able to view them. So if you do have a field with nothing in it, one of your facets, if you were paying attention, is null. So it won't just show you fields that have, you know, your project manager, your data analyst. You'll also be able to see job title null in your faceted search. So at least you'll be able to see which candidates that stat applies to. So everything's kind of intrinsically linked in that way.
We'll just quickly show that because it's quite a useful point actually, Donna. Let me just reset. So back into the faceted search, guys, reset all the facets. And then as Donna mentioned now, it actually has the value missing. So I now know we've got 38 candidates. What you could do, you could filter by candidate owner, Matt Donnelly, let's say, or reg date or something like that. And then I can now go through as a consultant, and each Friday afternoon, I can go through and make sure my data that I've added is correct. Because if I don't, I'm going to be on this report as a top offender.
On the naughty list.
I do not want to be.
No. So I love the way that it's kind of driven by or linked to the search. I think that's really smart. But yeah, this will be a really great tool, and I love what we called it as well, data integrity. You know, what is the integrity of what is essentially your most important asset, which is the data inside your system. It's really super important, and I absolutely think it deserves its own dashboard.
Yeah, really, really good. And guys, let us know your feedback. You know, it's brand new. We've never had this before, right? So let us know what works, what doesn't work. Just one point that Donna mentioned on the weighting, on the field weighting, just to show you how you do this, because it's a bit hidden away. If you jump back into the main core platform, into settings, bottom left-hand corner, which again is a super user settings. It won't be all users, just your leads. And then into field configuration. And then what I'd do now, guys, in the candidates one we land on, I'd go across to integrity and then just left click twice and that'll sort for you. So now you can see straight away all the weightings I've put, and I can go through and say last name, 20%, actually that needs to be higher. You know, last name is really important. It's probably a bad example, but something like job title, probably a better example. And then you can go through and put the weight in there on the fields.
Yeah, I think even if you've made the field mandatory, you should still give it a weight, because you still want it to feed into that dashboard. But yeah, no, I think it'll be great. As you said, first time for us on this one, and as usual, we're trailblazing. No one else has got this. I've not seen it in any other systems, so I think it's quite a brave move when we're talking about your data.
And out of the box as well. Remember, this is an out of the box, no coding.
Yep. So, you know, help us out, guys. If there's any feedback or anything you'd want to see in there, then do let us know. I'm excited to see where this one goes.
And that's it, Donna. We smashed it. We didn't waffle on. We got straight to the point.
I don't think we waffled on. I think we got a bit excited. My hands are hurting from drum rolling, but I mean, I got off quite lightly there. I think not too bad.
True. So that's it, guys. So quite a lot of new bits in there. What we'll do is on the chat in a second, we'll put the link in so you can go straight to the release notes, have a look through. This is essentially a detailed version of what we've just been through. So we've kind of shown you where to go, the highlights. If you come through, spend, you know, as a dream team, get together half an hour in the afternoon or next day, and just get together and look through the notes, see what changes you need to make. Because action points here, guys. You need to do the Gdpr action points. You need to do the email templates. You need to do the weighting. So there's things you need to do to make this work. Scroll through, and then what you can do is you can click and you can learn more about each thing. So if you want to know about SendGrid, you can click through. That's going to take you into a step-by-step article of exactly what you need to do to get off the box, move on to the next one.
Shout out to whoever writes these articles, because they're free learning. You know, we don't charge you for any of these, and this is how I learned how to use the new release. you know, you go through and it's all really self-explanatory. So yeah, it's all there for you.
Yeah, really, really good. And that's it, guys, for the release bits from today. What we'll do, we'll just finish up just to make sure that everybody's using our new mobile app. Okay, I say new, it's not that anyway. I'll let the video explain.
Matt, I didn't know what the music was then.
There's a marching band coming in.
Turn it off if you go on holiday. Turn off those notifications. That's all I can say. But
so
yeah,
that's amazing. I say new, it's not new anymore. We've had this now. It's January, I think, Donna. We've been out a while now, the new version, but it's really good. As you saw the video, it's real time. There's notifications. It goes to your watch if you're wearing an Apple Watch or a smart gear, your phone. You can do all sorts. You can do quick actions. You can do voice to text, candidate live list. There's all sorts in here. There's absolutely no excuse. Put it in the chat now. Everybody that's got it, put it in the chat. And everyone that's not got it, also put it in the chat. We want to shame you because everybody should have the app. It's a real winner.
Someone said to me the other day, it was a new customer that's recently onboarded, and they said that they consultants in branch do their BD on the app because they can voice to text.
Yeah.
So they're all sat there in branch, just talking into their phones. So yeah.
Really good. It's great. So you guys can get that from the App Store and the Google Play Store right after the call. We also have regular webinars. So if you really enjoyed the Matt and Donna show today and you want to come to more, we've got myself and Donna, we've got loads of other colleagues in the business that are running webinars live, on demand, all different time zones around the world. And as you can see, everything from config and setup to search, key reporting dashboards is a favorite, compliance, there's loads there. So if you head to vincere.io/webinars, you can reserve your spot. We've also got the Vincere Training Academy. So if you've really enjoyed today's session, you just want some help, you don't want to read through the release notes, you want a bit of hand-holding, and reach out to us via the help center, and then you can book some private training with one of our superstar training team. And they'll just, and again, not hours and hours and hours, an hour, they can guide you through all the new release bits. And then the final one is a shameless plug. Make sure you're following us on our social channels, whether that be LinkedIn, Instagram. We post loads of exclusive bits on Instagram that a lot of customers, because they're not following us, don't know about. There's like competitions, there's Inside Vinny, there's all sorts going on there. So make sure you do follow us on Instagram and again, LinkedIn if you're not already. I think that's it Any final questions, guys? Put it in the chat. We're here to help and answer any questions. Hopefully you've found it useful. Hopefully you're all a 10, 11, 12 after the session and you're excited to go and try those new gadgets, as we call them at the start.
As well as try Huel for the first time.
And Huel, and go and get, what haircut was it?
A Brazilian blow dry.
Brazilian blow dry. There we go.
Yeah, just you might want to take out a loan first, though.
It looks good, Donna. So.
Oh, cheers, well. It's only taken me an hour to fish for that compliment. No, thanks, guys. It's great to be back. Hopefully, see you all again soon. Really enjoyed that one, Matt.
Yeah, really, really good session, guys. So, like I say, any questions, stick it in the chat. And anything else, guys, remember we're here for you. The Help Center, help.vincere.io, or via the help button in your account. We're here for you 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. There's a chat in there. There's articles, videos. Do not struggle in silence. Reach out to us and we'll get you sorted in no time. But I think that's it, Donna. Should we call it a wrap?
Let's do it. It's a wrap.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome day and speak to you soon.
Bye. Bye.